become more aware of your body, scanning it from head to toe. You'll notice how you feel this morning and what areas might feel a little bit tight. Even the quality of your breath. Even though I say take a deep breath, you might go to do that and you find that it takes a little while to work into that deep breath. So feel free to make some movements, maybe roll your shoulders, you know, all the things, wrists, ankles, shoulders, neck, hips. So just some small movements here to continue to tune in more deeply to the body, to loosen up, to find your posture a little bit more. Unclench the jaw, stretch it out if you grind your teeth at night or you clench at night. Maybe give your jaw a little massage on your forehead. And place your hands on your chest, your heart. And take a deep breath. Press firmly. Give some decent pressure onto your chest and your heart. And take a deep breath. Just feel the pressure of your hands, the comfort of that pressure. Breathing into the belly. And feeling as though as you breathe, you're preparing for your day today. You're opening to all the possibilities of the day. You're setting the intention that you're able to navigate whatever arises. Navigate it with a clear mind, centered being. And even inspiration, that whatever happens in your day today, you feel inspired by that. No matter what it is, even if it's a challenge. And you open to the notion that everything is a teacher. Ram Dass had a friend named Emmanuel, who is not an embodied being, but he told Ram Dass, since you're here on earth, take the curriculum, right? Just look at everything as a learning opportunity. Be curious, including with yourself and the fluctuations of who we are, the fluctuations of the mind in any moment, the fluctuations of the body. If we can soften to curiosity instead of judgment, then everything becomes interesting, becomes a lesson, but an enjoyable one, not harsh, not judging. Draw back, we pull back the lens enough to expand out, to loosen the way that we define the world and ourselves. Loosen up around our definitions and tap into that freedom of curiosity, the mystery, childlike nature. And with that in mind, come back to your breath. And feel that little shift in the breath and how it naturally deepens when you loosen up around even the way you define breathing. breaths here. When you're ready to move, release your hands. If you're sitting on something, come off of it. Maybe extend your legs out. Just shake them out a little bit. We're going to come back to our easy seat, but switch it up. Take your back leg out in front. And we're just going to begin to twist from side to side. So you'll move at your own pace, connecting with your spine, with your twist. So if you find you want to hang out on one side and breathe, go for it. If you like the flow of moving from side to side, then do that. But begin to find a connection of your breath and the twist. You find a little more length in the spine each time. Your ability to draw the navel back toward the spine on your exhales increases. How far you turn your head increases the flexibility in the neck. Just keep moving and breathing from the base of the spine to the top of the head. After a few more rounds, you make your way back to center and allow that to take you into a fold. And you might fold with your hands on your knees if you feel like you need that support in your body. But if you'd like, you can take your hands behind your back and grab a hold of your left wrist and drop into the forward fold. Wherever you land, check in with the body. Make sure there's not a lot of pulling on the low back. If there is, then come out of it to the point where you don't feel that. And then within this fold, start to move your torso a little bit from side to side. So you connect with the side body and your neck, your shoulders a little bit. You just feel that you're creating space in the hips, the torso. Find your breath. Begin to feel a little more release through the back of the neck. And on an inhale, roll it up. And on that inhale, reach the arms out and up. The palms can touch at the top. And let's exhale, hands through heart center, releasing to your knees, where we begin a seated barrel roll, circling around. Small movements to big movements, and vice versa. Keeping your breath connected to what you're doing. Take a few more rounds in this direction, and then slow transition to change direction. As we come back to center, we switch up the legs one more time and drop it into our forward fold to even the hips out. This time a static hold here. Taking a few breaths, feeling that release on each exhale. Allowing yourself to drop in a little bit deeper if your body allows that to happen with relative comfort. When you're ready to rise, on an inhale, roll it up. The arms come out and up. And we exhale, right hand down, left arm over, a little side bend right into the side body. So a little different. We're not reaching out and up. We're not extending, but we're actually bending into the side body. Inhale back through center, both arms up. And exhale, other side, left hand comes down, right arm over. And then again, find a flow here, breath and movement. Inhale and exhale. Find yourself moving at your own pace, based on the pace of your breath and the way that your body wants to move. One more round. When you meet back at center, you can release your hands to heart center, elbows out wide. Take a moment here to breathe. To feel your awareness even more deeply now within the body. And then we'll extend our legs out in front. Coming into staff pose, hands down by your sides. Go ahead and flex your feet, pull your toes back towards your knees. Roll the shoulders a few times here in each direction. Maybe move your head a little bit, let go through the neck, and then come back. And start to feel how your body activates in staff pose with your feet flexed and you're sitting up nice and tall. You start to feel the quadriceps engage, your back, all the muscles in your back engaging, even if your knees are bent. And then when you're ready on an inhale, let's reach the arms forward and up. And on your exhale, folding over the legs, but take it slow. Again, we're not that warm. So as you come into it, you're mindful of your hamstrings, your low back. You're not forcing anything. Working within that container of what your body allows at this point in your practice. So wherever you land, find some movement there. You might begin to bend and straighten one leg at a time a little bit and rock from side to side. Keep breathing deeply and imagine that you're sending your breath to the areas of the body that are feeling a little bit tight this morning. Your next inhale lifts you halfway, flat back, long spine, lengthen through the back of the neck. And then exhale, drop it back in. And we'll inhale and roll up, reaching the arms out and up. And again, exhale, hands through heart center, releasing your hands down, back behind you, fingertips pointing forward as you plant your feet on the mat. Feet are about hip width. We're going to rock the knees from side to side, turning your head away from your knees. Breathing with the movement. And we come back to the twist, but now goes a little more deeply into the hips, the glutes, and so on, all the way down the leg. Take it back to center. Good. Rocking forward onto our hands and knees. Coming into table for some cat-cow. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Find your alignment, you know. And then begin to move on your inhale. Each inhale, drop your belly, lift your head. And each exhale, you round your back. The head drops down last. Tailbone to the top of the head. When you're ready to, you can take this into your barrel rolls, engaging the core as you circle the hips, starting at whatever pace you'd like. Maybe it's small circles that turn into bigger circles. But I encourage you to keep your eyes closed, keep your awareness within the body, and go slow enough so you can tune into each area that you reach with this movement. A few more rounds in this direction before you change direction. Breathing and moving. Let this take you into child's pose. Knees together or knees out wide. You roll your wrists a few times. Even in child's pose, find a little movement, maybe a little rocking from side to side. Connect with your breath, breathing deep. When you're ready to move, you can come up through table. Maybe you take another round of cat-cow before you rise to down dog. And then that same process as you come into down dog. Pedaling your feet, rocking your hips, maybe turning your head from side to side. You notice how it feels. You take your feet out wide, or you bring them together. So lots of movement in down dog, making it dynamic. Bringing your breath, breathing into your belly. Working to evenly distribute the weight in your hands. When you're ready to move on from this, you can inhale and come into a plank, holding long enough so you feel the arms activate, tuck your tailbone, the core is strong. When you're ready to lower down, feel that shift forward and then slowly lower down. Let your forehead touch. Take your feet out wide. Let's rise up, baby cobra. Inhale. On your exhale, lower it back down. Do that 2 more times. Really feeling that engagement in the back of the body, the back, the glutes. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale. Good, and exhale. Legs come back together as we press back up to the variation of plank where the knees are down. Right? And then tuck the tailbone, engage the core, lengthen through the back of the neck. Slight bend in the elbows. Feeling that activation again in the arms. Let's inhale. And on your exhale, press back to child's pose. Take 1 breath in child's pose. And lifting just enough to point your toes into the mat. And with the strength in your legs, press back up to down dog. Keep your feet together in your down dog. And on an inhale, lift your left leg way up toward the sky. Come up on your right toes. Keep dropping your head between your arms and lifting your hips high. And on your exhale, slowly lower that leg back down. Next inhale, right leg, same thing. Slowly lift it. Come up on your left toes. Lift your hips high. And then exhale, slowly lower it down. Walking your hands back towards your feet, coming into a fold at the back of the mat. Knees are bent. Release through the back of the neck. And we'll inhale and roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Big inhale. As you come up, reach the arms out and up. heart center, releasing your arms down by your sides. Option to close your eyes as you arrive in mountain pose. Feet are about hip width or closer. Maybe take a moment to look down at your toes, see if you can get them to point straight ahead. Turning the palms out, rotating the shoulders, opening the heart, dropping the chin just a bit to reach through the crown. Hips and pelvis are neutral. Find your breath. And while you're here, on your exhale, really draw the navel back toward the spine and just notice how that feels to draw back. When you feel like you've drawn back enough, try to do a little bit more. And then very slow, you begin to inhale and expand the belly. A couple more times like that. Exhale, draw the navel way, way, way back. And as you draw back, you might even feel it pull up toward the heart a little bit. One more time. Returning to your natural breath. Slight core engagement. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Press the hips forward a little bit. Let your arms drop back, a little back bend. And then exhale, slow swan dive into your fold. And we'll inhale and reverse our swan dive, nice and slow, long spine. Building strength in the body as you rise. Exhale, that strength drops you into your fold. Find your flow, breath and movement with your folds. Feel the weight shift toward heels, hips. So this doesn't come from the low back. It comes from the strength in the legs, the strength in the back, the long spine, breath and movement. Keeping that little bend in the knees helps that as well. Next time you come into your fold, you'll stay there. Hands come out in front. Let's walk them into our plank. Inhale. Knees up or down. Lengthen the back of the neck. You're looking forward just a bit. And then shift forward. Propel yourself forward. And then shift back. Do that a couple times. Forward and back, forward and back. And then we shift forward and exhale, lower down. Maybe you find your hover above the mat before releasing all the way down. Hands under the shoulders or further back. Inhale, forward and up to cobra. Good, exhale, forward and down. If you didn't slide your hands back, go ahead and slide them back. You might surprise yourself when you rise up how that changes things. Inhale, forward and up. Take it slow. Engage the back side of the body. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Hold here for the exhale. Draw the navel back toward the spine. We'll inhale together. Shoulders back, heart forward. Exhale, lower it down. And then take it back to child's pose. This time, knees together. Hips toward heels. Settle in. Rock from side to side. Find your breath. When you're ready to move, come back through table, take a couple rounds of cat-cow. And make your way back to down dog. Feet are together in down dog. Let's inhale, left leg out and up. Again, that big lift, slowly coming up on your right toes, lifting your hips high. Point your left toes. And then on your exhale, take that knee forward, preparing for pigeon. Left knee behind left hand, right leg. Walk it way back. Take a peek over that shoulder. Make sure it's straight back behind you. And again, rock from side to side. Check in with the low back. If you need to walk the hands forward a little bit, go for it. But rock from side to side. Feel free to put a block underneath that left hip. And eventually you make your way down. See where that takes you as you lower into pigeon. Relaxing your belly. Connecting with your breath. Maybe you flex your left foot. While you're here, if you bring awareness to your spine, notice if your back is kind of rounding. And it's okay if it does do that in pigeon, but this time around, see what you need to do to lengthen the spine a little bit more. If you prop yourself up a little bit higher to lengthen the spine so you feel long from that, the right toes all the way to the top of the head. Really focus on the next 5 breaths. When you're ready to move, we're going to move slow as we come back up, walking your hands back up. And all we're going to do here is lean into that left leg to swing this right leg forward. So then the left leg is tucked in like this with the foot up against the inside of the right leg out. Take it out as wide as you can while keeping your hips square. So maybe put your hands on your hips, make sure that they're there. We're flexing this right foot. Good. Now we're going to reach for our right toes. Maybe you can grab a hold of that right toe, index finger, middle finger. The elbow comes to the inside of this right leg. Again, if your flexibility allows you to, it doesn't really matter. And we're going to reach this left arm up toward the sky, looking up toward that left hand, with the intention that we're using this right arm as leverage to open the heart a little bit more toward the sky. So we have a little twist in the spine, we're breathing. And if you'd like, you can always take this left arm behind your back for a bind. And you can always take your gaze back towards your right foot while still opening the left shoulder. And breathe. Allow your torso to extend out over the right leg a little bit more. And then we'll take this left arm back up if you've released it. Circle it over toward the right leg, holding on to that foot or shin with both hands. Now lift halfway so we lengthen the spine. Good. And then exhale, folding over this leg. Slowly, see where it takes you. You might tuck your right hand behind the right knee for support. Find your breath. And both hands come to the inside of this leg as we walk the hands forward into a fold here. Forward fold, keeping the right foot flexed, toes up toward the sky. Drop into the fold. Deep breath. And then continue to walk the hands to the left side. So now we're folding over this left knee, keeping that right foot flexed. Find your breath. And we'll take it back to center, rising up from there, leaning to the left side so we can swing this right leg back to complete our process. So we come into pigeon, toes are tucked into the mat, pressing back to our three-leg dog. So now left leg slowly, core engaged, left leg out, up and over, releasing through the hip flexor. Breathe. Maybe we circle that left knee a few times and the core stays nice and engaged to keep everything supported. Shoulders square to the mat. While we're here, give a little bend and straighten to that right leg. Come up on your right toes and then bend and straighten a few times, activating that leg. Inhale to extend the left leg up high. And exhale, go ahead and release that foot back down. And we'll find a little flow. Inhale to plank. Option to come into child's pose if you'd like. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up to cobra. And then we'll all come into child's pose. Knees together. Arms back by your sides. Forehead rests on something, be it the mat, your hands, a block. And again, find that rocking. Rock your body, roll your forehead, connect with your breath. When you're ready, come up into a seated position, back on your heels. If this doesn't work for your knees, you can sit on some blocks or easy cross leg before we do the other side. Just to take a few moments here to breathe and even to notice how the body feels different on each side. Take a couple breaths where, again, you're really drawing the navel back toward the spine. Sometimes you even get a little adjustment in the spine from doing that. You get a little crack. And we'll take it back to table. Tuck the toes, down dog. Right leg, when you're ready, lift it high. Come up on the left toes, point your right toes. Take a deep breath here. And when you're ready to, that knee comes forward, preparing for pigeon, left leg way back behind you. Take a look over the shoulder, leg is straight back. Maybe the shin comes forward, you keep the left foot flexed, rocking as you walk your hands down or forward so you can lower down and find your spot here. Again, think about lengthening the spine. Maybe turning the palms up toward the sky and remembering the beginning of our practice, where we talked about the day being open. It takes a little surrender, kind of like this posture, and we surrender to this relative discomfort, and we're able to find our breath. We're able to keep our awareness within the body and become a witness to the experience, hopefully with curiosity and no judgment. More gratitude, acceptance of what your body is capable of. And deeply follow the next 3 breaths. after you're done with those 3 breaths, everybody's at a little different timing, you'll slowly begin to come up from here. Rocking over to the right side to swing that left leg around now, keeping the right leg tucked, left leg out wide, sitting up tall. Hips are pretty even. Good. Flex your left foot. And then reach for those toes. Elbow comes down. We use that as leverage to open. Right arm can come up as we look up toward that right hand. Even here, think about lengthening the spine. We're lengthening out over that left leg. The arm can come back for a bind. Adjusting your head so your neck stays comfortable, but working to keep that right shoulder open, the heart opening toward the sky. Breathe. If I recall, Nicole, you might recall too, in Iyengar's book, I feel like his heart is literally shining up toward the sky in this posture. Yeah, anyway, intention is everything. Next inhale, take that right arm up and over as you turn toward the left leg, coming up halfway on an inhale to lengthen. And the exhale drops you into a fold. Again, little bend in that knee if you need to. Stay supported, yet intentional in the posture, finding your breath. We'll take one more breath here. And then begin to walk your hands to center. So you're in a forward fold here. Left foot stays flexed. Mindful of how that changes. The left calf, hamstring, hip, your low back. Again, supported but intentional. So you make adjustments in every movement, every breath in your asana practice. And over to the right knee. Maybe you're framing that knee with your hands to drop your head. Find a breath. Taking it back to center. Good, rise up. Lean to the right side. Swing the left leg back to pigeon. Find your alignment with your back toes tucked. And then we're pressing back to our 3-leg dog. The core stays engaged. Right leg out, up and over. Breathe. Again, maybe we circle the right knee a few times in each direction. And we bend and straighten the left leg a few times. Keep the hips nice and high. Deep breath. Next inhale, extend the right leg way up. Point the toes, spread them wide. Exhale. The right foot comes down, and maybe while it's coming down, you come into your plank if you want to get a little tricky. Inhale, core is strong. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, peel it up to cobra. Good. Exhale, back to down dog. Deep breath. Lift and lower one hand at a time to roll the wrists and paw the mat. Release the wrists. Find your breath. Knees come down slowly. Come up to that seated position again. Into thunderbolt or hero. Roll the shoulders a few times in each direction. Hands come behind your back. Interlock the fingers. Work the palms together as you straighten the arms. Opening through the heart. Lift the chin. Maybe you lean back. Point your index fingers. Lean back so you can get your index fingers to touch the mat behind you. And breathe. to center. Slide your hands toward your knees as you round your back and drop your chin toward your chest. And then a little cat-cow here. Inhale, roll through the spine. Heart forward, lift the chin. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, forward. Come back to neutral. Rock off to the side, swing your legs around. And of course, cobbler's pose, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Sitting up tall, hands on shins, ankles, feet. Shoulders back, long spine, chin slightly down to reach through the crown. Connect with your breath. Connect with the stillness. Turn your internal gaze up toward the center of the forehead. And pick a word that you feel connected to, a quality that you'd like to embody. Maybe something came up from the beginning of class. And with that internal focus, either up toward the third eye or at the heart center, repeat that word silently on the inhale and on the exhale for the next 5 breaths. An option to stay here for as long as you'd like. You could always switch your legs up to a meditative posture. And then when you're ready, if and when you're ready, depending on where you want to go, you can come onto your back. Make your preparations for Shavasana in whatever way suits you. Maybe there's a couple more postures you want to move through before you rest completely.
We have to get out of our minds. Our thinking minds. I'll tell you how I do it. Using a mantra, a phrase. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. loving awareness. I am loving awareness. Loving awareness. I am loving awareness. Loving awareness is a name for soul, which you really are. Leads you to love everything you are aware of. The sky, the room, people. And then I ride the mantra into my heart. And in my heart, I see a doorway or a veil to the next plane. Soul land. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness.
Breathing slow. Breathing deep. Small movements. Little stretches. Taking your time. Doing what you need. Come back a little bit. You don't have to come back all the way. You can live somewhere in between today, as long as you're safe. Eventually rolling onto your right side. Maybe feeling a little more intentional for your day today. Eventually easing up to a seated position. Just continuing to be gentle, mindful. Eyes closed. Hands again on your chest, your heart, that firm pressure. Neurological response that happens with this particular hand position that calms the body, connects the mind and the body, the heart. The heart rate slows down, the nervous system calms. Deep breath, breathing in the energy that you created this morning. Sense of gratitude for yourself, for showing up. Gratitude for one another, for showing up. Deep gratitude from me for showing up today. Bowing your head down toward your heart, honoring the wisdom within, one last breath here to really set your day in a mindful, spiritual, heart-centered day. Namaste. Namaste. Chai.